Champions League time now, man. The Champions League is back, and it's a big game, man. Away at Bayer Leverkusen. You know, a couple of seasons ago, we saw what they were doing. They were going invincible in their league. Haven't been as good this season in the Bundesliga. I was chatting to a journalist from Bild on Friday, and he said to me that they've got quite a young team this season. So he said that they've been a bit hit and miss. But we can't be complacent against them because they beat Man City at the Etihad in the Champions League this season. So we've got to take this game seriously. Would you be resting players for this? I mean, I'm not.
I wouldn't rest Rice purely for the fact I would try and win this. You'd want to win this leg 2-3-0, ideally. So then we can take them to the Emirates and then potentially rest the Rice just before we play City as well. So I'd rather maybe Rice is 10% less fit to play against Everton, but then we can rest him against Leverkusen at home and then have him fully fit for City. Leverkusen, all right. They've, like you said, they've had a few changes. They brought Ten Hag in really early and then got rid of him really early. So I think a lot of the players there were Ten Hag signings, etc. And we see how that happened to Man United. They're not always the best choices. Their new manager, I don't know as much about, but I think they've got a young Algerian guy. I can't remember his name. I think he's a left winger. He played at AFCON. He's really good. So they've got a couple bright spots. So you've got Grimaldo as well on the left. Good player, good at set pieces as well. So he's going to be a threat. But I think overall, player for player, quality-wise, and like you said, their form this season, we've got to be looking to go there and take a lead, even at their stadium. You can say they beat City, but I mean, a few teams have beat City this season. It doesn't mean it's going to be a walkover, but I think if we turn up, get that first leg out of the way, go super strong for that first leg, get it out of the way, and then sort of look at resting for the second leg at home, maybe bring in an Norgard there, or maybe you bring in a Jesus or a Havertz or something instead of a Gyökeres against them in the second. But I think just try and get over the line first, because you don't want to go too little and then they get a 1-0 win and then come to the Emirates and part the bustle game and we're worrying and pressure, etc. So yeah, let's just go for it in that first leg.
Yeah, I expect us to beat them. They drew 3-3 at the weekend. They conceded like a late equaliser to Freiburg, and they play a back three. I watched a little report on them saying they're conceding quite a lot of goals at the moment. The wingers are hurting them. So Saka and Martinelli for us. Martinelli's actually played well in Europe and he's scored a lot of goals. So I'm with Jack. I think we got to almost, I'm not saying end the tie, but I think we got to leave there with a win. You think about like the Inter Milan performance away from home. We were a better team than Leverkusen. You play like that, I think that'll be too much for Leverkusen. So yeah, I'm expecting a win. Yeah.
So are you resting then?
Oh, see, this thing, I'm not resting, rotation. It's rotation.
Well, you're rotating them because you think they need a rest.
Would you play Norgard, Zubimendi in midfield?
Well, you know, Zubimendi's had a rest and he looks shattered as well, like, you know. It's a difficult one.
You ain't resting no one, man.
At the end of the day, what I'm saying is, no, not because, for me, you know, where it went wrong for us a couple of seasons in the Premier League was when we played Aston Villa in between Bayern Munich and we rested a few players in the league game and it cost us against Aston Villa. I don't want that to happen. That Everton game for me is massive. You know what I mean? Like, we can go 10 points clear before they play me, and I have got that on my mind. I can't help that, like, you know what I mean? We're a long way off of getting to the Champions League final or whatever, like, you know. So I would be thinking if I'm going to rotate and rest, it would be in this game rather than the Everton game. That's all I'm saying. Well, I don't know. And for me, you know, Declan Rice is such an important player in those league games. He is, you know. And I look at the last game he played against Brentford. He weren't at his Brighton. He wasn't at his best because I just think he's low on fuel. You know what I mean? And like, I want him fueled up. So I would trust Norgard against. People turn around to me and go, "Oh no!" And this is the thing that I've had, like, you'll get people on at Mikel Arteta and having a go at him. Like, Norgaard's not had enough minutes. He's been underused, Norgaard. We don't use our squad, rotation properly. Arteta doesn't do it properly. So when I say, we'll put Norgaard in this one, everybody goes, no, you've got to play Declan Rice. So when are you going to play Norgaard?
He just played, didn't he, at the weekend?
Yeah, so but you
I mean, you
can't ask these guys, Robbie, to play Tuesday or Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday, and then Saturday again or Sunday again in the cup final, like, you know what I mean?
Why?
Because by the end of that, they're going to be like run down. This is towards the end of the season. You can see that with Declan Rice and Zubimendi. I think we've still got to rotate a little bit.
This is a very, very important game. Away at Bayer Leverkusen, right? It's the Champions League. We're desperate to get through to the next round, right? You've got to play your best team. You know what I mean? We rotated at the weekend. That is using your squad. At the weekend,
you can't keep using your best team.
We've rested Gabriel. There's been no Saliba. We've rested Rice, Zubimendi. Gyökeres didn't play. All these players didn't play, right? They've had a rest. This game is absolutely huge. The first leg over there, the last thing you want to do, you go there and lose 2-0. Then all of a sudden, you're right up against it. Your best players have to play in this game. You've got to try and get...
Well, then your squad's not good enough, is it?
Of course it's good enough.
Well, not if you lose 2-0.
Huh? But no, you can lose 2-0.
Yeah, but
especially if you make too many changes.
I'm not saying make too many changes. I'm just saying I think he's going to,
He's going to go with his strongest team for this game.
He may go for that, then he's going to have to rotate against Everton.
Why would you have to rotate against Everton?
Because you see what's happening with
played on Wednesday and then you don't play against Saturday.
Trossard's gone down now. You know what I mean? Like, we've got no Ben White at this moment in time. We've got no Calafiori now. Do you think?
Well, we don't know. We don't know.
I'm saying with someone
like those injuries weren't as bad as.
Well, they keep getting him. Nketiah's had to come on in the first half.
He said they're niggles, right? I keep saying this to you, right? Because of the size of the squad he's got this year, he's able to just, if a player's got a little niggle, get off. We're not going to risk you at all. Get off. That's what you can see. It's obvious. That's what he's been doing.
Rice has got a niggle, but you're not saying that of him.
He's just rested though, man. Ain't played, didn't even go to the game, ain't done nothing.
He's got a niggle.
Been chilling at home, right? These players, right? They've got these games. They're gonna play in them. This is what they've been bought for. They are fit guys, man. They're used to this. They're used to playing. What was the game we played the other day where they'd had a week off and then they came back? They looked even rustier than normal. I forgot what game. Was it Chelsea?
May have been Chelsea. Yeah.
Your Declan Rice is used to playing every 3-4 days. They're all used to it, right? And you're right. They've been looking a little jaded the past. They had the rest of the weekend.
I don't know if that's all I'm saying.
You think he needs more of a rest?
I just need more of a rest and all. I'll go back to Alex Ferguson when he done it at Man United. I remember it they was going for. I think it might have even when they was going for a treble. He'd give Schmeichel a week off and he'd give a couple of the Roy Keane a week off. Just to refresh their batteries, ready for the end of the season.
There's argument against that because at your exact point there, I remember Wayne Rooney spoke about that exact season. It was the season they won more than one, and Rooney was on the bench for the Carabao Cup final or League Cup final for Man United, and Fergie had said to him that he's rested him for the final, and Rooney sat there thinking, he's going, yeah, we've got the Prem and the champs, but Rooney sat there thinking, mate, you're taking a piss. It's a final. I want to play. It's a cup. And sometimes, obviously, we're not in the final, but sometimes Rice might want to play against Leverkusen in the Champions League.
This is the first time we're going for a long while. I do think that we don't want to be going in it all with the players jaded. You know what I mean? You're going to come up against teams like Everton once a week, Bournemouth once a week, Fulham once a week. You know what I mean? Those are the games where you don't want to be going in there with players flagging a little bit. So I do think that it's something that we'll have to look at. You know what I mean? And I know we've got a squad for it. If Mourinho was available, I think it'd be a different scenario because he would slot in those games, and unfortunately he's not there. And the squad is. I know it's people are going about. The squad is getting a little bit thinner and thinner. 2 injuries down. Calafiori, I think, is more than a niggle, by the way. You know what I mean? That was like hamstring.
Calafiori.
He's been injured a lot, and for second season at the club, man, he's missed a lot of football. I do understand your point, but I think you've got to pick and choose.
Yeah, there's going to be somewhere like pick and choose. And I'd rather pick and choose in the Champions League than the.
See, I don't think you view the Champions League the same, do you? I put it on the same level as the Prem for me.
You're looking at it like a joke or something.
No, I'm not looking at
it.
I'm not looking at it as a joke, Rob. That is out of order saying something like that.
Well,
my priority is to win this league. You know what I mean? If you was to say me,
star above that badge.
If you listen, I get all of that. I was speaking to people going, you know, when you go to these grounds, and it does wind me up when I go like, where's your Champions League and all that. Like, I do get that, but for me, the league is the one.
It's all about momentum now, isn't it? You don't want to go to Leverkusen, lose, then you got Everton at the weekend. They're rubbing their hands, thinking, "Oh, they lost. They had a struggle." You know, go and put in a positive result, feel good about ourselves, then go into the Everton game, because you know that won't be an easy game. Everton been doing well on the road, you know, and I'm sure we drew with Everton last year at home, didn't we?
0-0.
Yeah. You know, so.
Set pieces as well. I mean, we struggle. I know we talk about we love scoring them, but we struggle recently in defending them. Yeah. And you've seen their tactics for corners,
crowding up players and stuff like that.
They're as bad as us.
So it's going to be, you know, it's every game now.
Yeah.
Every single game, there's something on it. It's tough. But this is what we want.
Yeah.
It's what we want. We want to be in all these competitions. You know what I mean? Last year we were out of everything apart from the Champions League, innit? The league was finished.
League was done.
By this stage. The league was finished, was out of the FA Cup, was out of the Carabao Cup. We have nothing. All we had was really the Champions League. And then even then we were like, we're going to be out of that because we're playing Real Madrid. And this was a competition that gave us something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We had a great win over Real Madrid. We were all buzzing, you know, thought maybe we could do it. And let's not forget, last year, we come close to winning this.
If it weren't for Donnarumma, I reckon we'd have won it. I'm telling you, man.
We come close to winning this, so we've got a great shout again. But we've got to we got to treat this game like we're playing Real Madrid. I don't want us to treat it like it's Leverkusen, and that's where I kind of differ a bit with Lee, where it's like resting players and that. I'm like, nah.
Remember years ago when we got Monaco? We went, Monaco, man. And Martial ran all over us, and Giroud couldn't score. Do you know what I mean? So you got to be careful.
Another time we did the Sporting game as well. Remember we got Sporting, didn't really, you know what I mean? And then I think Mikel Arteta, you've seen the way he's been dealing with this competition this season. He's been taking this serious, man. He put out strong teams, even certain games where we're thinking, maybe he might rest a few. He ain't really, has he? He's gone pretty strong in the Champions League. So I expect him to do that again. Prediction time?
What's at the table up there?
Let's get the table up.
There seems to be something wrong with the table.
No one got it, did they?
Didn't I say 3-1, man? And I was there and I was going, come on, one more goal, man.
Jesus at the end.
Jesus said I was getting vexed. I was like, come on, man. 3-1 I had.
Nearly had it.
Kenya gave me 3-1 as well, so I was also open for 3-1.
I went 2-0, I did.
I went 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah, didn't get
So we was out of it early doors.
As soon as they scored, we were done.
So, Lee, you're first. You're still in the league. Oh, just by 1 point.
Just by 1 point. I'll keep with me.
You're very quiet on 2-0 judges.
Yeah, I'm going to go for 2-0. I think it'd be a tough game, but
it's just a little tactic he's got.
He loves it.
Because he goes first, 2-0 every time.
Yeah.
No, I don't go 2-0 every time.
What did you go last week?
2-0. Yeah, making me change. I'm torn between. I think we could actually get 3 in this game. I think it could be 3-1. I think.
Go on then.
No, 2-0.
Oh, yeah, sure. 3-1.
3-1.
3-1. Got to beat you somehow.
I think I'm going to go 2-1 again.
Oh, all right.
Aye. Let's go with the judge. 2-0.
Come
on,
Here we go.
He's top of the league. He must know what he's talking about.
I'll get you off that bottom of the league, I'll get you off that bottom. Don't worry about that.
Good, these guys are.
Jack's got the most predictions right, though.
I know, 6.
Mate, if I have my minus points, I'll be on like 50 points by now.
Yeah, you'd have won the league already.
I got.
How many points you had deducted? 4?
At least 10.
Nah, not
10.
10.
Come on.
I've had 4.
10.
4 last week. Yeah.
No, 2.
2 last
But
week.
you did 2 and 2 on the show. I watched both shows. I watched them from start to finish. And you told Ryan in the first show, minus him 2 points. And then in the second show, you went, Ryan showed the new table and you'd minus me 2 points again. And Robbie and Curtis are muddled up at the bottom. So yeah, I watched it. And today,
so at least you've had at least 6 points, so you would have been like 5 points clear at this stage. Then.
And you know, we like minusing points off me, but we're going to remember the fact
a bit
that
like Chelsea, you got no discipline, you know.
I'm happy to take a point off.
Rob's got to have a point.
You would be able to take a point.
Yeah,
you would be able to take a point.
5 minutes has got to be at least 1 point.
Yeah, look how far I am behind you, man. He's still trying to take points from me.
Me and Robbie are like Burnley and Wolves.
What'd you get? Your exact score is 3 points, isn't it?
Yeah, 3 points for a win.
I'd still be off you. You know what I mean?